Hey guys, Nikhil here from Home Banao at Tech 2021, a really interesting company, Samsara. Now all of us know plastic has been a huge issue for destroying our environment basically, and Pradyumna from Samsara is trying to change that. Pradyumna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
So can you tell me a bit more about Samsara?
Yeah, so we started this off as a R&D facility to just test how we can bring some products made from recycled plastic. And so for the last 3 years, we've just been exploring different techniques for that. And I think 4 months ago, we figured out one process where we make sheets from recycled plastic. So they come in varying sizes, like a 4 feet by 4 feet panel, has a multitude of applications for wall claddings, for interior and exterior, for fall ceiling. And because it comes in a sheet form and various thicknesses, we can make furniture as well. So some of the furniture pieces you see here are also there.
So how strong is this panel compared to a normal PVC sheet, for example?
So I mean, there are limitations to this material. They might not be as strong as plywood or any of that, but because we designed the product from scratch, understanding the properties, we are able to design it such a way that the load is transferred properly, and we have durability. What's important is not only recycling, but also that the product has to last for a very long time.
Right.
So that's the main reason we actually chose the architecture fraternity, because this field, when a material is used, it's used for a very long time.
Right.
So even the 500 rupee plastic chair that you see, even if it gets damaged or broken, it's used to hang clothes or used for plants. People don't throw out stuff that easily.
Right.
That's why we really focused on trying to cater to the architecture and interior spaces.
Awesome. And I can see, there's some products here. There's a light lamp here.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a bit more about the kinds of products you were able to develop?
So all of these are part of our process of R&D. This chair was actually the first product that we developed. It was based out of a process called extrusion.
Okay.
So we experimented a lot with different plastic manufacturing processes. So this is how we landed up with our first product. Then we moved on to sheets where we get this process called compression molding. So we're able to get this terrazzo kind of looking product. Usually we see plastic as a monotonic material, and we wanted to create something interesting, something people are able to customize things. So the sheets in this process gives every sheet the possibility of customization without adding too much costs into it.
So typically a 4x4 sheet, how much weight of plastic are you able to recycle in a 4x4 sheet?
So a 4x4 sheet, 6 mm weighs roughly about 10 kgs, and 25 mm goes up to 40 kgs.
Okay, and that's the same amount of plastic which you have recycled?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of wastage, say about 5% wastage, but that material again is all collected and recycled again into our products.
Awesome. And just to get an idea, you say from, what do you say, 6 mm minimum?
Yeah, 6
up
mm.
to 50?
25 mm.
Up to 25 mm.
Yes.
So what are the different shades and colors which are possible?
So we have about 12 different shades that we have. They come in granule form, which form the base of the material, and we also have a few chips. So here you can see where we used a black granule with colors of chips, so red, blue, and green. So we're able to customize that in that way. So of course, if there are custom requirements, we do source that specifically.
Okay.
But we try to source most readily available products.
Now this particular sheet, once it's ready, how easy is it to work with?
So you can use traditional woodworking tools for this. All of this were made with our local carpenters. We're also architects, so we have sites going on. So we just got them on to do this, and it's very simple, it's very easy, nothing complicated. You don't require very special equipment to manufacture this. And you can use a lot of, so these joints are made with hand router. This is cut with a standard hand
How did
saw.
it make this?
So that was CNC cut.
So this supports CNC cutting as well?
Yeah, you can do CNC cutting, you can do water jet cutting, you can do engraving on this as well. You can do printing, laser marking on this, so a lot of
I have a question, this may be very strange, but smell is something very important to me, right? I don't want to have random smells in my home.
Yes.
So say I end up using these sheets, will it have some sort of a smell?
So there are no off-gassings. The off-gassing only happens when the plastic goes to burning stage, right? And because we use a lot of a much thicker material, for off-gassing to happen, the whole plastic needs to be fully hot. If you take a water bottle, we are scared of that it might leach
Exactly,
into the
yeah.
water. But that's might be the case only because of it is in microns thick. Whereas that if you take a lighter to it, it will deform quickly. Here, the same thing won't happen because of the thickness and the size of it.
Awesome. How does the cost compare? How does compare to a normal PVC sheet or a plywood sheet?
So our material is not necessarily only a replacement of plywood. We see it application as a surface decorative material.
Okay.
So when you compare it to a veneer and a polished material or any paints, it comes within the same price range. So
Okay.
if you go for a thicker sheet, you don't have to have a plywood backing. If you go for cladding, you can go for a 6 mm, which is roughly the cost of a Duco paint,
Okay.
starting range.
Understood. And just trying to understand this because it's based out of recycled plastic.
Yes.
Are you able to process good quantities if there is a requirement or an inquiry?
Yeah, so actually in the plastic industry, scaling down is the most hard part. Scaling up is very easy. I don't
Makes
think
sense.
any industry ever
Right.
says that.
Yeah.
But that's the harsh reality.
In plastic.
In plastic.
So like more inquiries, it's better for you.
Yes.
Where are you getting your plastic from generally?
So we have our own vendors who do the collection, washing and shredding of this material. So we work with them very closely to understand their process, try to get the best material for our manufacturing and the colors, how we can do that.
So the primary product which you're selling as of now is just the sheets?
So we do manufacture the sheets. The sheets can be used for cladding. But in January, we're also launching a line of 15 products that are for homes and interiors.
Like?
Ranging from chairs, tables, center tables, work desks, bar cabinets, storage cabinets. It has a multitude of applications. So we also do custom products if anybody has requirements. And yeah.
Great. Anything else you'd want to tell our followers at Home Banao?
The whole idea was we wanted to create the infrastructure so people can dispose their waste responsibly.
Right.
And I think this is a great platform where we can do it. So we need support of more people
Sure.
in this to be more conscious of their buying choices. Understanding in today's date, we think everything that's imported is great, but we don't understand the ecological impact. The same thing happens. We have perfectly great craftsmanship in India.
Right.
We have perfectly great small brands that create amazing quality products using good quality wood or any raw materials. So I think we must consider that just because it's from outside India doesn't mean it's great, and it has value for money just because it's expensive, and just because it's made in India doesn't mean it has to be cheap.
Absolutely.
I think we have to respect the craftsmanship, the effort, and the R&D that goes into every
Absolutely.
brand. And yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This was Pradyumna from Samsara. Really cool products. Does not feel plastic or recycled plastic, I will tell you that. And I'll try to get their links and contact details in the description if you have any queries for them. Thank you so much, Pradyumna, for doing this.
Thank you for having me on board.
Done.